Welcome to another episode of Selfcare Sunday. Dorothy, why are you laughing? With Tara and Bella. Yes, guys. Hi, we missed you. How y'all been? What's going on, guys?
Welcome, guys, to another episode of your favorite podcast. The only podcast that goes beyond skincare, scented candles, bubble baths, and goes straight to the soul. Cheers, guys. Cheers.
Cheers.
Clink, clink.
This is episode 4.
Yes, episode 4, season 2. And like Uncle Ernie just reminded us, we've been doing this for 2 years.
Yes.
Plus. Our first episode was July 2023.
I know, yeah.
Time flies when you're having fun.
It does. Okay, guys, so we're getting right into it. For those of you that can see the visuals, as you can see, we have a guest. There's somebody that's having a T&B sandwich today. We are so excited. This is such a special day and a special episode.
Absolutely.
This is a long time coming.
Yes,
it is. We've been planning because this woman is like busy, like her schedule, and sometimes we're ready, she's not ready. We're like it's been a lot, but we are so happy that she is finally here.
Yay!
Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome to the podcast.
Our beautiful guest to the people.
Yeah, so this is Dorothy Obafemi, Mrs. O, like I like to call her, my lady, as I also like to call her. But she is a grief educator, right? And she's trained by David Kessler. She's a certified grief educator. She's a trauma-informed care practitioner, and she is one of the ones I find really interesting is you're a re-entry life coach, right? Yeah. She's a re-entry life coach.
Ooh, what is that?
Exactly. Like I was telling her behind the camera, I actually want her to tell you, the people, who she is in her own words. So tell us, Queen. You can start by even answering Tara's question, yes?
So
just tell us about you.
Life re-entry is all about, when life just throws you a curveball and then you're lost. It's like you've lost yourself, you've lost who you were, and you don't know how to navigate life again because it's not as it was
before.
Yeah, so there's a before and an after. Yes, so you don't know how to navigate life again. So the work I do with my clients is I try to help them just chart a path or, a course for the life they're living now, no matter what they've been through. So basically, that's what life re-entry is about.
Helping them get back on the horse, basically.
Amazing.
I love it.
Or if you can't even get on the horse, just get on something.
Just get on something. Thank you for your service, Queen. That's important, right? It's amazing.
So, B, introduce the topic so that people understand why we have a grief counselor, life re-entry coach.
Yes. So this episode is titled "Managing Your Grief in a Healthy Way." Because as you know, we're all about self-care. We're all about, how you can take better care of yourself. So one of the things and this is close to our heart because we've dealt with grief, and it's one of the things that we really, really needed to take care of ourselves, even on a deeper level, whilst grieving, right? Yeah. So we had to invite this queen here to talk to you beautiful people about how to deal with grief in the healthiest ways possible.
Yes. And I just have to say, you guys will actually be seeing this episode on the 31st of August.
Yes.
But we're shooting it a week earlier on the 24th of August, which is actually the anniversary of the day we lost our dear Papa Bear. So it's aligned.
Yes, it's divinely orchestrated.
We could have done this any other day except August 24th, but here we are.
Yes. It makes it 6 years since we lost our dad. Yes. And funny enough, Dorothy, just a side story, Dorothy and I also bonded based on just keeping it real with each other about our grief because she was widowed in 2011.
2018.
2018. So that was like a year before.
Yeah.
And at the season of our lives that we met, of course, we were just both indeed navigating grief still. And she was one of the first people that I met that was just I was so able to share my story because I feel like in Nigeria I'm getting right into it like Jay.
Yeah.
I feel like in Nigeria we have weird grief culture or grief etiquette or whatever.
Yes, I call it grief
etiquette. You are one of the first people, and it was even more refreshing because then we were still getting to know each other. So it's not as if you were like a close friend of mine yet, but you were just such a safe space that I could talk to and not feel judged, not feel like you were being awkward on some let it go or don't talk about it. Oh, you're so obsessed. You weren't uncomfortable with me unpacking and just talking about how I felt. You get so and then for me to find out that this isn't something she does professionally as well, it was amazing. And this is a full circle moment because here we are.
Here we are.
Yes, guys. So let's get right into it.
Okay, so I was thinking we could do personal reflections first.
Okay.
Since all of us here have collected from grief. I feel like almost everyone, if you're alive, you've lost someone you've loved.
Yeah.
So we should all be able to relate to having gone through the ringer that is grief. So I wanted us to start by sharing like short personal anecdotes of how you've dealt with your grief, both in the moments it would like hit you so hard, or the moments you feel like, okay, I'm getting the hang of this thing, and the in-betweens. So should we start down there or
no?
Yes, we always start with yes. Okay.
Okay. So for me, the first time I heard, this statement, grief and joy can coexist, I was like, yes. Yes, because on my grief journey, of course, there were moments where I would feel hopeful, I would feel happy, I would feel, something would just create that joy in me. But then again, I would feel guilty because it's like, no, you're not supposed to be happy. You're not supposed to be joyful, because if you celebrate, it's like you've forgotten, the person that died, or you're moving on. And most times, so that moving on, a lot of anywhere, some time back, like some few months back, I was on another program, and then the anchor, I said, oh, so when you move on, and I had to interrupt, excuse me. You see that move on, it does something to me, because in grief you move forward. You move forward with everything. You move forward with the emotions. You move forward with the pain. You move forward with the heartbreak. You move forward with everything. Moving on sounds like, oh, I lost my key and then I got another key. Mm-hmm. Oh, my perfume broke and I bought another perfume. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to grief, especially for death, you don't move on, you move forward.
Amen.
And I tell people that, okay, like someone like me, I had 2 children with my late husband, and then now I've remarried.
Yeah.
These children are a constant reminder of the life I had. And my son is a splitting image in
his father,
physically and in his character and everything like that. So it's a constant reminder of the life I had and the fact that there was a Yakubu that lived. So it's not, oh, she has remarried, you've packed him into a box, locked the box, thrown the key, and you don't even know where the box is. So it's moving forward, because guess what? His birthday was in January. Every January 30th, it's a reminder for me. Our wedding anniversary, 24th of October, every 24th of October.
Yeah.
My last son just graduated primary school, going to secondary. And that day I got emotional because, your dad died, you were 4. And now you're going on 11. And if only he saw.
Even though you were happy.
I was very happy. I'm joyful. I'm done with school runs. I'm not waking up early. I'm not cooking daily meals, but then again, that part of it came back. And then like for him, the fact that as of when Yakubu died, he was so worried about my son because with his sister, she walked earlier, she spoke earlier, and then he was always worried, why is he not walking? Leave this boy alone. Why is he not talking?
Yeah.
His eyes look like, leave this boy alone. He's on his own timeline. So for me, it was like, Yakubu, see the person you were worried about. Like you had
Nothing to
worry about. Yeah, so for me, I always say this particular phrase, grief and joy can coexist, and it's okay.
Absolutely.
And it's okay. Yeah.
I love it.
I love that. B, share your own personal anecdote
About
how you deal with your grief.
Well, funny enough, what I was just telling Dorothy now is that this is the first August 24th that I'm the happy. In fact, this is the happiest I've been.
I haven't cried all day.
Yes, it's amazing. So and it's not like the emotions aren't still there.
Mm-hmm.
When I woke up this morning on my phone, I saw some pictures, some memories of Papa. I was, obviously I was in my feelings, but I've gotten to a point where I am healing a lot more than I was maybe like 4 years ago, for instance. So again, it just kind of gives me joy and hope that yes, sometimes, because it comes in waves, it ebbs and it flows. Some days it can even just be a random day that you're now just really in your feelings and you cry. And then yet some of the anniversaries or the days you used to think were such triggers. Sometimes they come and you're just more, like you said, joyful. You get today was Sunday. We went to church, and I've been in a happier place, and I'm just like, because more recently than I'm like, at the end of the day, even if you pay this guy $1 million to come back to this earth, he wouldn't. He's just like, please, I'm chilling. Like, so it's like at the end of the day, I'm like, I'm happy for him. He's in a better place indeed. Yes, it sucks. Another thing that was hard today, I won't even lie, was just the fact that you can't take pictures anymore. And like, there's this big portrait picture thing that we have in our house of him that was done during his memorial. So we brought it out this August, and it's just been there. So today we just took pictures with it, and it was beautiful that I was happy, but it was also sad because I'm just like, damn, Papa, I can't believe this is just how we now take pictures with you. So I'm just like, I miss actually being able to take pictures with this guy. Like, why do we have to now just hold pictures? It's just like, but I just deal with it again with gratitude, because every time I'm just like, okay, I've made progress. I'm happier. In fact, this last year, because another thing that used to also really trigger me before was the fact that in our house we celebrate birthdays for a week, and my dad died during my birthday week, because my birthday is August 18th. He passed August 24th. So for like some years, I just didn't feel the same way about August. But this is one August again since 2019 that I've just been happy. I've just been light. That's energy that I used to once have has now come back. So I'm just, I'm just like, yay. She's healing little by little, but it's, it feels great. And I'm just like, at the end of the day, I'm dealing with it better. I think that's the way I can put it. I'm dealing with it better, a lot better than I was before. But we'll talk about that more, because there's a particular word I have in mind, but we'll talk about it more. Yes.
Okay. Well, me, the personal anecdote that comes to mind is how the last 6 years have been so triggering for me. Anytime I see a precious daddy-daughter moment, like,
oh yes.
child. I be having like bare breakdowns anytime I see a dad and a daughter just have a cute, tender moment, or like I remember the first year. Why am I saying first year? The first 3 years during Father's Day, I get off social media, like, because it was too much for me. I couldn't cope with seeing people posting their dads and everybody just being like, oh, daddy, my rock. I'm just like, swell, happy for all of you. I'm not going to be here. I'm not going to like join in this like rigmarole. And then like B said, our house, we used to do the summer of birthdays. I was the only one that my birthday doesn't fall in the summer. So it would be my dad is July, B is August, my mom is September. But since 2019, it became July was the period our dad was like really fighting, had his last like birthday.
Yeah.
Then August he died, and September he was buried. So for the next 3 or 4 years, summer was just a very triggering, like those 3 months just trigger my life. Like I'm just like, you know what? July, August, September. Let me just three of you
throw them away.
Throw
the months away.
And I especially the first year, because we lost him August 2019. So the first year ended up being COVID.
Yeah.
Hey, it was a wahoo. And being in lockdown and then still dealing with grief on top. I don't want to like say too much, but the summary is that I did not handle it well.
Yeah.
And literally, I think I started coming out of that like depression hole I had dug for myself maybe from 2021, 2022. And it was wild because my dad had or has a younger brother who is just like him. We used to call him Uncle Papa. Like after we lost our dad, we just held Uncle Nnamdi like this, like, okay, our new daddy. And then in February 2021, he dies.
Yeah, 6 months after my dad.
1 year, 6 months after our dad died. So I was just like, you know what? This whole having a father thing, I'm not doing again, because it looks like if anybody I even want to mistakenly see as a father figure, will just now be like, no. Yeah. But then the good thing I can say that has come out of it is that I have recalibrated my mind to remember that our fathers, our uncles, these are shadows of the real father, and that's God. And God doesn't go anywhere.
Period.
That has been one thing that has really helped me to like find my strength in dealing with grief, that it's okay. Yes, it sucks. Daddy number 1 and daddy number 2 are out, but I have the father that is not going anywhere. And that has been like my lifeline when grief wants to wound me, basically. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so I actually want to ask you, Dorothy, to just tell us, just a short, keep it brief. Tell us your journey with grief. How, your personal story, the parts of it that you want to share. Just tell us your journey to where you are now, basically. How you've, even like your personal and professional work, how it has, crossed paths, and how you're just on this journey. Because as I said earlier, Dorothy lost her first husband. She's remarried now. Mr. O, shout out to you, King, if you see this. But yeah, she's remarried now, and but she was widowed. And also from this journey, because what I really, really love about Dorothy's story is that I feel like you're one of those people that your pain also became your ministry. Yeah. It was like you turned pain to purpose. Yeah. And another beautiful thing is that that verse that says God comforts us to comfort others. So I feel like you went on that journey. But again, I want to hear it from your perspective. So just tell us a bit about that.
Just a bit.
Yes.
Try and make it very brief. So I was married. I got married the first time, 2009. October 24th. And then, so I had known Yakubu from university. Yes. We were friends. And then when he was in Jos. And then, so the friendship blossomed into marriage. And we were blessed with 2 children, a girl and a boy. And we were friends. We were tight. Like Yakubu was my person. Yes. Everyone used to call me Matanyaks, which in Hausa means Yak's wife. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So yeah, everybody called me Matanyaks. Oh, Matanyaks. And so I became Matanyaks. And we did a lot together. Yakubu lived in the moment. He, So now this in hindsight.
Yes.
Then it seemed at a point like, oh, you're wasteful. We need to save for the future. We have children, they're going to their scholarship. We need to send them to Harvard and all that. And he would just tell me, calm down. And he would just come into some funds and we're blowing it. We're traveling.
Enjoyment.
We're going to lodge. Hey, there's this new hotel that just opened and we're going there and leaving the kids. Thankfully, we always had capable hands and trusted hands that would stay with the children. So we moved. Like a lot of people. So it wasn't the conventional Nigerian couple with children.
Yeah. I love that for you guys.
I loved it for me and I still love it for me.
Good.
So that was who Yakubu was. He was very, very kind and generous. Yakubu didn't hold onto anything really in his life. Like, my this, we have to. No, he was very, very free with what he had. And this fateful day, November 10th, 2018, I had an event that I was going for. He, one of the cars was with the mechanic, so he went out with the car, came back with it, gave me. I'm sure we met outside the gate because I was running late, so I was going out of the gate to get a cab, and he called and he was like, he heard me telling the cab where I was going. He said, "Where are you?" Stand by the gate. He said, "I'm close by. I just went to the mechanic and then I went to pick up the laundry." So I had to free the cab guy who wasn't happy. Like, you wasted my time. I was seeing money. So it was by the gate of the estate that Yakubu came, handed the car keys over to me. The laundry was still on the back seat, and I drove off. And he walked in. I stayed till about 6 p.m. I left home around maybe 1 or 2. Got back home around 6 p.m. There was a birthday in the compound, so the kids were in my neighbor's house. And I came in and the door was locked. My younger brother was around. I asked him, "Oh, where's Yakubu?" He said, "Oh, he's upstairs sleeping." I said, "Okay." I'm knocking. He's not opening the door. And then I could hear the TV in the room on. So I knew sometimes when he wants to just take a break, he retreats into the room and he locks the door. Once the kids try it, oh, Dada is sleeping. And then they go away. So, but he didn't respond. And I tried calling his phone, and I heard it inside. And then I started, panicking. I told my brother he's inside and it's very unlike him. So where he used to work, his work required him to always answer his phone. He was in the search and rescue department. So he hears his phone in his sleep. Yeah. So I was like, no, this is off. So I got someone, we got the security, we got ladder. He came upstairs, came into the room, opened the door for me. I walked in, switched on the light, did not see him in the room, but saw his clothes on the bed like he had gone to shower. Then I went into the bathroom and then I found him lying on the floor of the bathroom. So I called out and then my brother came, pulled me out. His friend came. His friend's a pharmacist, so he called the doctor to come over, and she came and she checked all she could, and and she confirmed that he had died just like that. Yakubu was 44. Yeah, Yakubu was 44. And he had been working with an NGO where every 6 months they do like a medical check and you have to send a report from the hospital straight to the organization. So he had been...
He had done it.
Like there was nothing
wrong
that we knew, And like I told people, I said, I was the one that always had one headache, one back pain, there was something always paining me somewhere. But he seemed fit. Yeah, so... And then that was how this journey started. The rest of it was just... I won't even say it was a blur, but I had an out-of-body experience where people would come, I'll be seated, and people are coming out, "Oh, my condolences." And it would be like I was looking, over and wondering, why are people coming to greet me? Why? Why are people in my house? Why are they saying these words? But I would be answering them like, "Oh, thank you for coming." But I just knew that there was
like
this...
you were in a daze.
Yes, I was in a daze and all that. And everything just went through. He was buried a week later. we had to go back to Jos and then to their village, and then this journey started. So to digress a bit, most times I tell people that the visits, the calls, the company is much needed after the noise has died down. People think is that first week I was overwhelmed. That first week I actually wanted to be alone. I didn't want anybody to talk to me. I just wanted to be alone. I mean, no, this is not the time for you to be alone. But I'm like, but I know what I'm feeling. I know what I need right now. So that part where he said, the grieving etiquette in Nigeria is very interesting. Because that was the time I really needed to be alone.
Process.
Yes, to process, because I actually could not process. There were people in my space, in my head.
24/7.
Voices, like I could not go to the bathroom alone. I had a troop following me. I had to come out. And then I would go to the bathroom and lock it down and just sit.
And they will be like, oh, no, you can't.
And after a while, what's going on? If you don't open, we'll come in. So I had to come out. Okay, all of you. I know you love me. I love you to sit. I told them, I said, I'm not going to kill myself. That's the people's fear, right? I'm not going to kill myself. I'm not going to kill myself. One, because I did not give myself this life. And the giver of the life said, I'm taking him, I'm not taking you. So I have no right to take me. And then secondly, I still have small children.
Exactly.
The thought of them not having a father is scary enough, and then not having their parents. So calm down. I'm not going to kill myself. And I think it assured them a bit. So we came back to Abuja in January, and then my mom came with me, stayed for a while, left, and then it was now really just us. That was when I realized,
where are all those people?
Yeah, you're the father, you're the mother, you're the sole provider, you're the driver, you're the doctor, you're everything now. Like there is no, how, maybe I'll be stressed and I'll just tell them, please, I need some time off. And then take the children off my hands, maybe take them out or something. But now I can't even afford to be stressed. I could not afford to break down. I couldn't fall ill. There was nothing. I just had to be there. And then my daughter was 6 and my son was 4. So they were still very, very, yes. Yeah. They didn't even understand what happened. So even them in their own way, they were still processing it.
Yeah.
So it came with a lot. And then I think for widowhood in Nigeria, there's a lot of judgment. There's a lot of...
Talk about it.
Yeah, there were speculations. He died in the house, maybe there was foul play. It's okay. Nobody said it to my face. It was bouncing off walls. Yeah. Nobody had the liver to say it to my face. And then also, you now become like an outcast. So places where you went as a couple, where you went as a family, you didn't get invited again. And then interestingly, friends,
don't
family,
know how to deal with you.
Don't know how to deal with me. And then there were those that felt, okay, now she's single. My husband should not pay too much attention. And the husband was my friend. He was Yakubu's friend. And okay, now she's available. So they practically prevented the husbands from being close or helping out. Because I beg you, let nobody snatch my husband. Say, it's okay. I had to tell some people that it's not contagious. Because the way people avoided me, like I had leprosy. Like people would literally not want to have any, like if I associate with her, my own husband would die. And I had to tell them, it's not contagious. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah.
I'm not saying your husband is going to die now, but then it goes round. Anybody, so we go collect. So I became this dark, morbid person because I now became very straightforward with anything grief. Because I realized people were uncomfortable around. People didn't want to talk about it. And it was in that silence that there was shame. And I was like, no, this is a life-altering event. You don't shame the person. Why do you people want me to carry shame? Because I lost my husband.
Your husband died.
So I think I wore that garment with pride. Like, you know what? It happened. But I'm still here.
Yes.
And I'm not going to hide or diminish just because it happened. And a lot of people didn't sit well with them. You said earlier that you liked my butterfly tattoo. I got a tattoo. I pierced my nose. I dreaded my hair. I locked it.
Ooh, all the bad things.
My sister, I had...
we know it's a difference.
An anklet, like...
You had the people shook, I bet.
So, of course, it now came like, oh, there must be a man in her life. There must be a man.
How dare you look good?
How dare I look good for me? You know, and someone actually walked up to me and said, it's not that you're shiny, you're just glowing. You know, I'm sure there's a man. And I reminded her that when you first met me, I had an anklet. The only time I removed it was when I got pregnant and my feet got bigger. And after that, I just relaxed. So I just remembered me again. And, you know, went all out. But it didn't sit well with a lot of people, which was okay by me. And then, like you said, how it now became the work that I do, I became an advocate. Like, I would talk about grief. I would go to greet someone that has lost, you know, a loved one, and they're saying, it's okay, don't cry. And I'm like, don't tell them not to cry. Leave them. Say, think about your children. And I'm like, let the children cry their cry. Let the wife cry her own. Let the person's parents cry their own. Because if they're crying like this, what do you expect his mother to do? His mother too should cry now if she wants to cry. If she doesn't want to cry, it's okay.
Absolutely.
And then, so the other side of it is when you, the wife now, are not wailing and, you know, displaying, there's something fishy.
Suspicious.
She didn't love him because we were very loud and vocal about our love. We were all over Facebook, like we would celebrate it, you know. So people expected me to die,
to just wear,
to just go,
and sprinkle,
you know. And when, so even at the funeral, I wasn't screaming, I wasn't rolling on the floor.
And that made them uncomfortable.
Yes, it was like, sure, she really loved him as much as they proclaimed. Maybe she was just pretending. She's not broken. She's not, you know. But then again, I also tell people that when you know whose you are, and I think for me, that was what grounded me. I tell people I'm the daughter of the king.
Period.
And I'm the daughter of the king. I know whose I am. This happened. But this does not define me. It doesn't change the love the Father has for me. It doesn't stop anything. It just stops this mortal body of having us.
You are preaching on this Sunday, Dorothy.
It hurt. It broke my heart.
Of course.
Because we saw a future where he would walk his daughter down the aisle, where we would grow old and they're out of the house and we're just cruising, going on a 1 month cruise, you know, like we're out of here. But then this happened.
And such an unexpected death as well.
Unexpected. Like, you know, I tell people that sometimes the trauma you carry also revolves around the way the person died. So there's something about sudden death. It feels like your feet was cut off from under you, cut off from under. Yes, you know, the carpet was dragged out because you didn't see it coming. I'm not saying any is better than the other, but there is something that prepares you if the person was ill or there was an accident or something, you know, but you see this, they slept and they did not wake up. You spoke with him and then he's no more. There's something it does to you that you will have to deal with that trauma. Because I remember, so when they were trying to break open the door to get into my room, I didn't even realize that the sound registered. Till one day I was sleeping and then a neighbor forgot his key or they lost their key and they were trying to break out the door.
And that sound was so triggering. Oh my God.
That sound woke me up and I held my head and I just kept rocking because, you know, that's what trauma does. It will take you back to the day it happened, no matter 20 years later. It will take you to that moment. So it took me back and it just felt like I was there while they were trying to break the door, you know, to gain access. So it was a lot. And then 2019, February, you know, I went to see my cousin in Jos, and then I saw her with this book, But What Do I Know? Written by Sam Obafemi. And I was like, oh, I've been seeing this book, and the title is very catchy. I would love to read this book. And she was like, oh, it was my husband's classmate. He even autographed it. I said, it's not in Abuja. I will go and look for him. He will autograph my own. You know, so I came back and I ordered for it. And Then I get a message from no, it was on IG. So I get a DM and say, oh, today is, we're doing free delivery within Abuja. Send us your address, we'll deliver it. So I sent the address and then the book was delivered. And I rushed. First, let me see whether they photographed it. Oh yeah, he did. And then I looked and I was like, wow. So the date it was autographed was 10th of November 2018. That was the day Yakubu died. But this was February 2019. So what he did was when the books came, he autographed a badge.
Yeah.
And after that badge, he autographed another one. So I snapped that page and then even the message said, life is not linear. Live it to the fullest anyway, or live it happily anyway. And I was like, hey, see how God used to do his things. Like this message is just apt and then it's on this date. So I snapped it and I sent it back to him. And he was like, is there an issue? And I said, no. So I told him, I said, this date is significant because that's the day my husband died. He was like, oh, sorry. Do you want us to change? I said, no, I believe that this God's message to me. And then I started reading. And I got to a chapter and then the pages were coming off. And then I snapped it again. So I'm a book person. All my books come with this. All the books that I've written, they come with a page marker because please don't fold it, don't keep it open. Like it does something to me, So when the pages were coming off, I was still contemplating. She didn't go see this one to do because you buy 5K book. But I still sent it to him and I just told him that I don't think so. I won't keep this book because. And he was so apologetic. He was like, oh, we'll send you another one.
Another copy.
They sent it. And then I was like, how do I get it? He said, no, you can keep it down. I still have it up to today. So,
love a girl.
So, and that was how and he was just like, oh, do I mind if he just checks in with me and the kids? I said, no problem. So once in a while, how are you? How are the kids doing? We're fine. And then like a week or two later, he sends me a message. All this was still on IG and sends me a message like, that he has a lead-in to give me a sponsorship to their emotional intelligence and anger management program. And I've not met this man. I don't know him. I just saw his picture in the book. And the first question I said, why? Like, why? He said he just felt led to do that. And I said, okay. And at that time, honestly, I was turning into an angry mom because of the stress. I was tired. I had not even had time to grieve because I could not grieve. I have children that don't, like they don't even know, they don't get it. So they want what they want when they want. So my dear, even if you're crying and you will pack that cry, keep it first and say, okay, homework, let's do homework. PTA, let's go for PTA. So I was bottling up a lot. So I was angry. Like I would come back from work and maybe, they said we should bring, and before I finished, I'm screaming like, what do you mean? Or I'm at home and then you just push this glass and it breaks. Because all I'm calculating is extra money that I don't have. And I have to now, so I was screaming at them. Then I realized they were retreating from me. So I told myself, I didn't want this to be the experience they will have. Like when our daddy died, our mom became something else. But I didn't know what to do. So when I said, see, this anger management is for me. I am going. The program started in March. I went for the program and that was what changed everything for me. I understood the source of the anger. I understood that I still had grief and trauma that I had not dealt with that was manifesting as anger. I understood that stress was manifesting as anger. I understood that blockage will manifest as anger. I understood that hunger. You've not eaten and they are telling you will flare up. So breathe, eat first, then answer them. You will now see that response will be different. So I got a lot, and that set me on the path of becoming a life coach, a mental health first aider, a counselor, a therapist. Like it just sets the ball rolling because I'm a lawyer by profession, and I don't know if you know much about lawyers, especially just of recent, but where like anything law, that's where you used to find us. All our courses are in that direction. So I had never done anything outside of law.
So just law. A different trajectory.
So and then now I'm doing behavioral And for me, it was a whole trajectory, and it was like, yes, why you act the way you do, why people do this, emotions and all that. And it was a whole new field that just sparked so much interest. And then for me, it was refreshing. And I delved into it, paid for certifications, and that was how I got certified with David Kessler. And I paid heavily for that one, but then again, that was the therapy I needed, because we were over. Honestly, I can't even say if we were over 3,000
in a class.
So yeah, we were in batches, but there were times that they'll open it up for everybody, and so there were people that came for the grief they've experienced, people that came because they wanted to chat that part, and then people that. So there were so many experiences. You know how they'll say, if you think you have issues, just listen to
other people.
Then you'd hear someone that has buried a wife, a child, or their children, and maybe in a year they buried like 7 people. And like, how are you still standing? How are you still here talking about this? So even our teacher, he lost his son, his 21-year-old son, and he too, that was what set him on this path, So you'd see that there was so much pain, but then again, there was strength, there was hope. People were using that, and it became a community. So, but by the time we were done, I told them, I said, this was the therapy I didn't even know I needed, because that was also a safe space where we just unburden, and people were allowed to cry, people were allowed to share, and it's okay, because someone would say, oh, I lost my mom, and then like 70 people have that to share, so they're holding space for you. Oh, I have had series of miscarriages and stillborn, and then there are 200 people too that are holding space for you, and they're sharing community. Yes, and that helped a lot. And then I remember I used to journal a lot and just write things, and then Coach Sam would now say, you should write a book. And I'm like, so I just felt authors where there's something, I don't know whether they undergo training or is a gift, but so I never saw myself writing a book.
But here you are.
Here I am,
5 books in.
Yes, one is an ebook, but 4 have been printed. And I remember when, we say their name came out, and someone just looked at me and said, now you will not stop writing. And I'm like, after what I went through writing this, I don't think I'm writing another book. And then a few months down the line,
another one.
I'm like, I have to put this into a book and all that. And so it was supposed to be brief. Okay, I didn't go into the remarrying part of it.
I mean, you perfectly explained the journey from dealing with grief to becoming a grief counselor and life coach.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I've heard your story before, but I'm just like touched and moved again. And the thing that really, 3 things really stood out for me. Number 1 was going through grief doesn't mean you should hide.
Yeah.
I feel like that's so important, because based on the way, especially like people in Nigeria, like we said, deal with grief, it's like, oh, move on. Like I remember somebody saying to me a year after our dad died, like, but see, it's been a year now. Shouldn't you have moved on?
Yeah.
And I was like, what? He was my father for 28 years, and you think I'm just going to move on from the fact that he died in 1 year?
I told someone that,
me?
you're still talking about it. But then I told them, I said, in total, I knew Yakubu for 19 years. The least you can give me is 19 years. Then we can start talking about...
not talking about...
Exactly. I said, I knew him for 19 years.
Yes, and I've had people try to make me feel shame for still being sad about now, are you the first person that your dad died? Fathers die. And I'm like, okay, cool, but my own father has only died the one time.
An only time. That's the one and only. He's not going to die again.
One dad, and he has died the one time. And I need like to be allowed to feel what I'm going to feel, and
we all grieve differently.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Is that
and then the second thing you said that I really like loved is that in this group that you ended up in, people were holding space for one another. I don't feel like we hold space for each other enough.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like people try to dismiss grief, or they're too uncomfortable about it, so they're just like, or even my dear husband, bless his heart, anytime I'm having a breakdown about my dad, the only thing he like runs to is, Dad is in a better place, he's fine. And I'm like, well, that's good for him, but I'm here, I'm missing him.
Exactly.
Living with a broken heart. So good for Dad, but what about me?
Good for Dad, he's in a better place.
So I'm like, we need to hold space for people to talk about their grief, to cry, to do what it is that they need to do to keep moving forward, not moving on.
Period.
And like, I feel like you just nailed, like, you hit so many points in this story you just told us. I almost feel like there's not that much else to say. You guys just hold space for people.
Let me just say something about what you said.
Mm-hmm.
So you see that people are quick to fix you. Mm-hmm. I kept telling people, my heart is broken, but I'm not broken. Don't try to fix me. I'm not a porcelain that's cracked and you're trying to... No, don't do that. So because in my experience working with people grieving, they need to feel what they feel.
Yes.
Allow them feel it. But you know, the thing is, because we label emotions, so people label joy, laughter as good emotions, and then tears, crying, sad, emotions, as negative emotions. So when it seems like you're in your feelings, it makes them uncomfortable. And the first thing is, how do I fix this? And I'm like, no, don't fix it. Allow them.
Yeah. Yes.
So when someone is saying, oh, my Papa Bear, I miss him, and then they go, he's in a better place. Like you said, I know, good for him. I'm not in a better place. He's in a better place. Good for him. I'm here. So most times, like when I educate people, I try to educate people about grief. I tell them, allow people. So that's one thing that's, led to the name of my journal, sit with it. Yes. People don't know how to sit with their pain. They don't know how to sit with shame. They don't know how to sit with being uncomfortable. So even for the people grieving, they try to bury it and cover it with every other thing. Because, so I tell people, when people come for grief therapy, one of the things I tell them is, that thing that is stopping you from going there. Why? And most times the answers I get is, I feel that if I start crying, I won't stop. I feel that if I go there to the day it happened, that pain, I'll die. Like it will just finish me. And I allow them, acknowledge that. Yes. I don't get to dismiss, no, don't worry, you'll be fine. No. It's your reality, it's what you feel. But then again, I try to guide them in. Have you ever seen anybody cry and not stop? Even if it's to drink water, even if you just do, you will stop. Yes. And you will still be here. Crying has not killed anybody yet. So gradually, depending on where you are in your journey, I try to hold that space and hold your hand and tell you, you see this black spot that you think if I enter, I will not come out. Why don't we try it? Why don't we try it? Sometimes they're not ready, and I allow them. I can't push you. I allow them. But when you're ready and you take that first step, you will pass through it. You even know you've passed. Because you've taken that first step. You even know you've passed, but then you have to be ready. I was telling you about, the opening ceremony that we had yesterday about for free therapy for women in Abuja. One of the things I told them, I said, I can only work with what you give me. If you give me A to D, I can only work with A to D because I don't know the rest. If you give me A, B and skip it and go to L, That's what I will work with.
Absolutely.
You see this one that you've left out. Cannot
We
work.
can't do
I can't do anything because I don't know it.
Mm-hmm.
And you see this healing journey, you will do the work.
You have
My
to.
own is to guide you. I cannot do the work. I say as I am, I'm doing my own healing work. Nobody is doing it for me.
Nobody can do the
Nobody
work
can
for
do
you.
it for you.
Nobody can.
You have to do the work yourself. So
Absolutely.
for some people, they think when they come for therapy, magic, if I just snap my finger like this, you are well, you are healed, you are whole.
Yes.
Go ye into the world. But you have to do the work. You will go ye into the world, but you will do the work.
Do the work.
And also sometimes, like, because healing is such a dynamic journey.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can be taking some steps forward and then you take some steps back.
You-
but it doesn't mean that you're not on the journey.
Exactly. So you just have
Sometimes
to
it
keep
takes
moving.
longer for other people.
Just keep moving.
Yes.
No, but Dorothy, this is perfect because truly, just like T said, you have already, in essence, hit all the things that we feel are the right. Although let me not use the word right, but just healthier ways to grieve, right? And that's why I'm very excited that we had you on because, like you said, I feel like in Nigeria we don't. I'm even so grateful that we're embracing therapy as Nigerians. But I'm grateful that
Used to
that's
be an
becoming
Oyibo
that stigma and that shame that's
Like if you
surrounded
need
with
therapy, you're
with
crazy.
therapy.
This
with
time
therapy
you're
or
raving.
mental health.
Yes.
Yeah,
Say you're going for therapy.
I'm so happy that.
But you look normal while going for therapy.
Exactly. And if one of the
Some
most
people
annoying
say you have
things-
money. Oh.
One of the most
You
annoying
have
things
money, oh.
Nigerians say a lot when someone has lost somebody, be strong. Because you know how that year they were like Nigerians are the happiest people in the world. How we use comedy to hide everything. So in general, the
You
average
see, be
Nigerian,
strong. Then you see, I
that be strong
understand.
one.
So I don't know why, but for me, I understand what you're going through. I understand how you feel was such a trigger. It's still a trigger for
very
me
annoying.
because I had to tell someone, even if you lost a husband, he was not Yakubu. Even if you lost a husband, the state of your relationship as of the time he died is different from the relationship you had in your marriage is different. Like everything about it is different. And then even me as a person, I'm not you. So please don't tell me you understand how I feel. You do not understand how I feel.
These are just some things people say to me. They try, they're just awkward.
I tell
They
people
be
that
strong.
I know what you're going through.
You know, I tell people that
they're in a better place.
you know, I tell people that when in doubt, keep quiet.
Yes, always.
Because I actually remember the people that just came and sat with me.
Yeah.
And that means a lot.
They just sat. They didn't even need to cry. They just sat.
They just sat with you.
Until today, when I remember it, it means a lot.
Yeah.
I reach out to them and I still appreciate the fact that you were not trying to control any narrative. You were not trying to fix anything. Your presence was enough.
I want Olivia Pope.
You can't fix everything.
Like, you understand?
You can't fix everything, man.
Okay, so I feel like we need to start to tie it in.
Yes.
So the main thing I want us to touch on before we go is to bring it back to self-care.
Yeah.
As a grief counselor, what can you tell somebody out there who's watching this and is grieving and they've not been dealing with it in the healthiest ways? Maybe they've turned to substance abuse, or like you said, they're angry, or they're running away from social media every Father's Day. You know, like
or even what you said about being how you were brokenhearted, but you weren't
not
broken.
broken.
Yeah.
With some people, their grief breaks them.
Yeah.
And I'm also very happy for you that in your case too, you are like, I know whose I am. A lot of people get angry with God.
Yes.
With their
Yeah.
grief, especially depending on how traumatic their experience was. You get, like, let's say a mother that lost all her children or something just really extreme like that. So what would you say for people that just like, oh, this is what I'm saying right now, it's a cool story. They're like, you don't get it.
Thank you.
They're still in the thick of the forest.
Yes.
Of grief.
Yeah.
So
How do you enter again?
maybe they're not even ready to enter.
That one
But
did.
just be well.
Yes.
Be well first before you think of coming back.
Facts.
Just for you. So I would share some of the things that worked for me and some of the things that the clients have worked with have shared that have worked for them. So one of the things that worked for me was journaling.
Always.
Absolutely.
I wrote because like you said, in grief, there's shame, there's guilt, there's regret, there's isolation, because you feel others won't understand. And then sometimes based on, the things they say or how they act, you are right, they actually don't get it. Then, like for me, I feel that for widows, it's different because all eyes are on you.
Yeah.
For every man that knocked on my door, my neighbors peeped.
That's so sad of them, by the way.
Is it? No, I have a lot of male friends. I'm an only girl. So I have a lot of male friends.
Yeah.
And I just kept, you know what, you people will be all right. Everybody, you'll be all right. May your window curtain fall on you one day so I can see you properly. That's by the way. So for me, journaling did it because there were a lot of things I experienced as a widow in Nigeria that I just couldn't say because it will be misunderstood, it will be misjudged, to be misreported, and then I had to keep it and just keep keeping it and just keep keeping it. There are a lot of dynamics when you're married, and then there are a lot of dynamics when the man is no more that you have to manage, and sometimes in managing it you feel like
you're going to lose your mind.
So
journaling helped a lot. Music helped me a lot. Interestingly enough, loud music. Like I would not listen to it quiet. When I'm driving to work, I would wind up. You know how the car will pass and youthful exuberance. They will turn and see white hair. But I am, because I can't count how many times I cried at traffic stops. Like I would not see the road because I would park waiting for the light, and then listening to music, I would just break down because that was the only place I could without alarming everybody. Everybody was always alarmed when I cried.
As if it's not a normal.
So I would cry when I'm showering, I'll cry when I'm driving.
That is rough.
Yeah, and then, so for me, music did it for me. And then nature. That's when I became a plant mom. I know. That's one of the things that we bonded over. Yes. I became a plant mom because after Yakubu died, a friend of mine gave me a pot. And then in trying to get the kids part of it, he overwatered the life out of that plant. It is swam. And I said, you know what? Nothing. Okay, the t-shirt I wore yesterday says nothing dies in my hand. I thrive, I flourish.
I need me that shirt. I need
the merch. So I said, no, nothing is dying in my hand, so I'm not doing it again. And she just said, no, don't worry. You're just starting out, and now you can hardly pass my frontage. Start a plant saying hi and touching you and blocking you. Like now I'm so for me, nature brought. So I would go to gardens, I'll take walks. I just wanted to be with nature. There was something healing about it. And then again, my relationship with God.
Hallelujah.
So it didn't start when Yakubu died. It was something that was ongoing. So like I said, for me, because I know whose I am, I didn't lose myself. So your relationship with your creator, no matter your faith, but that you have a relationship with your maker, with your creator, will come in, as in it will stand in that gap. It will hold you up. Especially when it's a personal relationship that you have and not just what you're being taught in your, place of worship. That also helped me a lot. And then I had my support system was strong.
Yes, community. Nice.
My community, my friends and loved ones dropped everything, literally. Like showed up. I've said this on many platforms. 2 of my friends were pregnant. One was on bed rest. And they traveled all the way to the village for that burial. They came, the one that was on bed rest, the doctor was saying, no, she can't travel. And her husband just told him, what can we do? Just tell me what we can do. Let me tell you, this pregnancy you're trying to stop from her losing. If she does not go, it's already threatened.
Oh my.
So just tell me, what do we need her to do? And she'll follow it. And she did. And both of them give birth to, very beautiful babies, and I'm forever grateful. My friends traveled from everywhere. Like, they dropped everything.
Yeah.
They showed up and they stayed. And then most of them showed up and stayed after. Like, I had friends that would just send soup bowls
Very important
to my house so that I would not cook.
Honestly,
I had friends that would just call me and say, can I come and pick the kids for the day? Just so that you have a you time. Some friends would book spa. I'll be in my house and this person would call me and tell me they ordered for one whole goat from market and prepared it and just stuck in freezer. So I'm even talking about the material support, but then even emotionally, they were friends that would just, how are you? How are you doing, really? Friends that will ask me questions that people were uncomfortable. They asked me about Yakubu's benefits. They asked me about the plan for the future for the kids. They asked me about in-laws, like things that people shied away from.
That's amazing.
Yes, they
Real
did.
ones.
Real ones, like, see, how are you?
Get you some real friends in life, or just throw it
and be
throw
a
them
real
away.
friend too.
Yes,
Be a real friend. So for me, those things helped me.
Absolutely.
Those were some of the things that helped me. And then also ask for help. Don't do it alone, especially when it seems like I'm losing it. Seek help, seek therapy, seek support, seek counseling. Just don't
Do it alone.
do it alone.
Amazing. B, what are the things that have helped you in your grief journey?
So, some of Dorothy's have also helped me.
Nature,
journaling
God,
and
journaling.
absolutely. In fact, they're all everything. And based on the fact that we have even gone past the time we wanted to. So literally everything Dorothy said, I highly recommend.
Yes.
I highly recommend because
Absolutely.
truly looking back to without these 4 things you said, in fact 5 because community. Although with me I feel like my grief actually isolated me to some extent until years after when I was now healing. And starting to see the importance of community.
Yes, I
But
don't know if it's
feel
because
like-
we are younger and our generation was just like,
And also, like,
I don't know,
just
but
like
we
I
didn't,
said-
our community didn't community like that.
You need
but-
to community. And then the ones that community, I now really know that,
These are the real
Yes.
ones.
And I feel like, again, like I said about how grief is different. So as a widow, and like you're saying, you are a mother, you are a wife, so it was different.
Yeah.
And your friends had sense, no shade, but thank God. And some of them got it.
Yeah.
But we,
I've had
as
friends-
daughters,
I've had friends
again,
of
people
42
judge
years.
us. Yeah, as daughters, people are just like, it's your mom that is the chief mourner. You people, that's not your husband. Move on with your lives. Do you get? So like, people didn't even like
Acknowledge
or expect
pain
us.
as much as we would have
so
liked them
it
to.
was different. It was different with us, and I also feel like indeed we also went through that as a family, where even some of my dad's closest friends got so uncomfortable now dealing with
us.
Tara, my mom, and I. Do you
Yeah.
get? So to some extent, it was actually more isolating.
Yeah.
And also because my dad died at the end of 2019, and we now went into COVID.
Yeah.
So social distancing, isolation. Although me, I even liked it. I won't lie, because you know when you're grieving, it feels like your world has stopped, but everybody else's life is moving
on. So
So
now
the
all
fact
of
that
us-
all of us were
now
inside
our world
everybody's
has
life.
stopped.
So I was like, thank God. At least let everybody not move on without me. We're all in this together to some extent.
It was very dark, but I actually kind of liked COVID because I was like, the world should stop after Uche Obiago died.
God being the divine orchestrator that He is, we got locked down in my grandma's house. We were supposed to go
In the
visit for
village,
3
yes.
weeks. Ended up staying 6 months because the airports were closed.
Yes.
And my grandma has this amazing house, trees, nature everywhere. So like in the thick of my grief, I would be journaling. I would be like wailing, crying, and then chasing butterflies. Like sometimes I see a rainbow squirrel. I became so in touch with nature. Like I'll make sure I don't miss a sunrise or a sunset. These kinds of things now just were like in the midst of the pain I was feeling. I was like, oh, there's still so much beauty here. And I just became so intentional on focusing on the beauty. And I just started to get closer to God again with the nature like surrounding me. So and Brad, where I used to furiously journal, like I'm like,
I would see B sometimes like turning pages, still writing, like
writing my life. So like the journaling one for sure. And then I'm already a musician, so music, yes. And then luckily, I'm so glad that my grief pushed me closer to God, not further away. Yeah, because again, one of the things I even got revealed to me in my time of grief was that I put my dad on an unnecessary pedestal. And even like God was jealous of me and my dad because she was like, Auntie, come.
Who is the real father?
As in his name.
Who is the real father?
So yeah, like, and now I've just gone on this journey with God where He has now filled that gap like never before. And I've also learned to just depend on Him more than I depend on anything or anyone. Yeah. Because that's even the right, like, literally, my dad had to be like dethroned from my heart, like in a way like that. I didn't even get how deep it was until that happened. Yeah. So God, music, nature, journaling, yeah, absolutely. Community for sure.
Well, yeah, because we're trying to round up, there's no need for me to list mine because, like,
we've said it.
Same journaling, music, nature, not so much, but I got into it more with time and, just sitting with it. Yeah, because I tried to dodge it. Being my mom's first daughter, even literally one of my uncles, like days after my dad died, he called and the first thing he said was, you have to be strong, right? You have to be strong for your mom and your sister. And that pressure, I just carried it on my head. Like, no, I can't not be strong. I can't break down. I have to basically fill my dad's shoes. Yeah. And a friend told me, she was like, who gave you that work? And who gave you this work? You can't become your dad. You can't become a husband to your mom, and you can't become a dad to your sister. You also need to deal with the fact that you lost your dad as well. And when I started to sit with my grief and just stop thinking that I had to rise to the occasion of covering the family. Everybody. Yeah. I think that was when I actually started to heal, basically. But yeah, guys, you've heard it all. We've gone way longer than we wanted to, but I think everything needed
before
to
you go. Actually, this is another thing that helped me: saying his name, telling being comfortable with just talking about it. Because don't act like it's like a ghost that you can't talk about. Yeah. Like, just. And
acknowledge that the person.
I can't remember what year it was that you gave me this book, but this book really helped me. And in general, we'll link it in like the description and everything. But Dorothy has some amazing books. This one is called We Say Their Name. This one is called We Never Knew Was the Last Time. And this one is Grief Lessons. And then these two are just amazing because one is a workbook and then one is a journal, a grief journal. So they're actual resources. Just like Dorothy was saying, with the workbook, it's even like pre-therapy because therapy is expensive. We get it. So literally, this is a resource, right? You can use this and like walk through your grief. Like it's you can just follow Dorothy and ask more questions, and she'll give you like further details. But these are amazing books.
Thank you so much, Dorothy.
Thank you for having me.
This was amazing.
I know, right?
Finally, we did it.
Finally. And thank you guys for watching. Thank you for listening. And we're sending you love. We're sending you hope. Grieving. If you have lost somebody, whether it was 10 million years ago or it happened yesterday, we see you. We honor your grief, and just take care of yourselves, please. Don't hide. Don't feel shame. What was the thing you said? Sit with the pain.
Sit with the pain.
And work through it. And don't think of grief as something you have to move on from, because where are you moving on to? This is a person that you knew and loved, and you always will. Oh yeah, and another quote I really love is grief is love with no place to go. So it's like this person that you're grieving is someone you love, so you're not supposed to not love them anymore because they died.
Because they're not here.
Absolutely. Yeah. So signing out.
Yes, guys. And yes, at this table we say their names. So this episode is, we shout out to our Papa of blessed memory, Uche Chukwuka Obiago, our Papa Bear, we love you, and Yakubu Hirse, Dorothy's late husband. We love you both and keep on resting in peace. And to every other person who is, not with us anymore, Uncle Papa, all our loved ones, your friend who passed, Riri, yes. So thank you, everybody, and take care of yourselves. Till next time. Bye.
Bye.